Peace, family. Hope all is well. Today, I wanted to talk to you guys about failure to remove canceled services under our billing error series. Picture this, family. Mr. Brown, a longtime customer of XYZ Wireless, canceled his phone service. Despite receiving confirmation of the cancellation, XYZ Wireless continued charging him for several months. After multiple failed attempts to resolve the issue, Mr. Brown takes the following steps. He calls customer service, as well as files a formal complaint with regulatory agencies, sends a demand letter under federal consumer protection laws. They force his hand, making him have to go to court to fight for his rights. Today, I'm going to take you through each one of those steps, playing the role of Mr. Brown himself, the agent on the phone call, as well as the defendant in the courtroom and the judge. Let's get into it. Story time. Thank you for calling XYZ Wireless. My name is Paul. How can I assist you today? Hi, Paul. I canceled my internet service on the documented date, but I just noticed that XYZ Wireless has been charging me for the past 3 months. I need a refund and a correction to my account, please. Let me check. Yes. I see that your service was canceled, but our system still shows an active billing cycle. Unfortunately, since the charge has already been processed, I can't issue a refund. Paul, I have written confirmation of my cancellation and a timestamp of the call. XYZ Wireless cannot legally charge me for a service I no longer have. I need this corrected now. I understand your frustration, Mr. Brown, but once charges are posted, they are non-refundable. That's unacceptable. If this issue is not resolved immediately, I will escalate the matter to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, as well as the Federal Trade Commission, as well as my state attorney general's office. I will also take legal action if necessary. Do you still refuse to issue the refund? There's nothing I can do, sir. That's company policy. All right, Paul. Since you're refusing to fix an unauthorized charge, I will be filing complaints and pursuing this legally. Have a nice day. Okay. Good luck with that, Mr. Brown. This is where Mr. Brown submits complaints to the CFPB and holds companies accountable for financial fraud. You will also contact the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, to investigate deceptive business practices. And lastly, your state attorney general's office, where they enforce consumer protection laws at the state level. In his complaints, he provides billing statements showing unauthorized charges, as well as email confirmation of cancellation from XYZ Wireless. And don't forget, family, if you don't have a demand letter, the link is in my bio to my Patreon for the template for this. Once you have all of those things in order, it's time to file your court case and take them to court. Court is now in session. For the case of Mr. Brown versus XYZ Wireless. Mr. Brown, please state your case. Thank you, Your Honor. XYZ Wireless continued billing me for 3 months after I canceled my service on the documented date. Despite my repeated attempts to have the charges removed, their customer service representative, Paul, refused to issue a refund. I attempted to resolve the issue through regulatory agencies and legal notices, but the company ignored my request. I am seeking a full refund of the unauthorized charges, damages for financial harm, and reimbursement of court costs. Mr. Brown, do you have supporting evidence? Yes, Your Honor. I have compiled the following. 1. My cancellation confirmation email clearly showing the date of cancellation. Next, I have my billing statements proving continued charges after the cancellation date. Thirdly, I have a transcript of my call with Agent Paul where he admitted my account was canceled but still refused to refund me. And lastly, copies of my complaints to regulatory agencies demonstrating my attempts to resolve the issue outside of court. Counsel for XYZ Wireless, do you have proof that Mr. Brown consented to continued charges? Your Honor, we do not have a signed agreement from Mr. Brown consenting to further billing, but our system shows that the charges were processed as part of an automated cycle. Your Honor, while we acknowledge the customer's frustration, XYZ Wireless processes thousands of cancellations monthly. Occasionally, due to technical errors, our account mismatches, and cancellation requests may not properly reflect in our system. Our terms of service state that customers are responsible for monitoring their accounts for discrepancies and reporting them immediately. Mr. Brown did not reach out until several months had passed, making it difficult for us to verify the claim in a timely manner. Mr. Brown, how do you respond to this claim? Your Honor, I reached out to XYZ Wireless multiple times within days of seeing the charge. I provided proof of my cancellation, yet I was repeatedly told that there is nothing that they could do. If XYZ Wireless processes thousands of cancellations, they should have a proper system in place to ensure errors like this don't happen. The burden should not be on the consumer to continuously fight for a refund after a confirmed cancellation. Counsel, for XYZ Wireless, did your company take any action to resolve the issue once Mr. Brown raised the dispute?
Our records indicate that a service representative reviewed his account but did not have the authority to issue the refund. The case was never escalated to upper management, which may have led to a resolution sooner. However, the company's position remains that policy dictates that customers must resolve billing disputes within a designated window of time. Your Honor, I followed all reasonable steps to resolve this. I contacted them multiple times and filed a legal demand letter before taking legal action. Their refusal to address a clear billing error forced me to escalate the matter. Counsel, for XYZ Wireless, why was Mr. Brown's request for a refund denied despite confirmation of his cancellation? Your Honor, company policy states that billing cycles continue until manual adjustments are made, and unfortunately, his account was not adjusted in time. Your Honor, this company continued charging me even after I canceled my service. When I brought the error to their attention, they refused to issue a refund, despite acknowledging my cancellation. This is not an accidental error. It is corporate negligence and deceptive billing. That is not an acceptable defense. Companies are responsible for ensuring that customer accounts reflect accurate billing, especially after cancellation. It is clear from Mr. Brown's documentation that he followed the appropriate procedure, and XYZ Wireless failed to address the issue in a timely manner. Mr. Brown, how has this situation affected you? Your Honor, XYZ Wireless's refusal to refund my money despite clear evidence of their mistake shows reckless disregard for consumer protection laws. They continue billing me even after my confirmed cancellation, ignored my complaints, and only responded when I was forced to take legal action. If they're allowed to get away with this, they will continue these unfair billing practices against other consumers. I'm requesting a full refund, damages for financial hardship, and reimbursement of all legal expenses. Your Honor, while we acknowledge the billing error, we do not believe our client acted maliciously. This was unfortunate oversight, and we request the court to consider that our company has since implemented new processes to reduce such errors in the future. XYZ Wireless has had ample opportunity to correct this mistake and refused to do so. Mr. Brown was left with no option but to escalate legally. After reviewing the evidence and testimony, I find in favor of the plaintiff, Mr. Brown. XYZ Wireless is ordered to refund the full amount of unauthorized charges, pay Mr. Brown $5,750 in damages for deceptive billing practices, cover all court costs and legal fees, and revise internal policies to ensure billing errors of this nature do not occur again. Thank you, Your Honor.